Bam and Inoue is one of the biggest, if not the biggest fight in boxing outside of heavyweight, and I still have a lot of hope it's going to happen, but we are on a time crunch now. I spoke to Inoue's agent in the United States, John Lewis, and he said, look, the monster's 33 years old right now. It's not like he has a ton of fights left. He's in the smaller weight classes. He wants this fight with Bam no later than March. He needs to get going with his career, and additionally, he's not going to fight for the 26. He fought 4 times last year. He needs a break. So he's waiting to wait around to maybe March, but they can't wait around forever. He wants to go up to 126. He wants big challenges, Tim. He doesn't want to fight just whoever. Stick around at 122, which doesn't have any guys.
That Inoue says that he's moving up sooner than later, that he probably won't wait past March of next year. We're okay with that. But nobody's got a hold of me. Nobody's told me that. Nobody from Inoue's team has approached me saying, look, Robert, this is what Inoue wants. He wants to know if you guys are interested in the fight. If not, he's gonna move on. Yeah, we're interested in the fight, but I'm not trying to change the date. Why can't I work something out with Eddie Hearn and the Zone to put him in November? Get me. I've said it, I would love Bam to get one more.
Robert Garcia feels Bam Rodriguez should face one more serious opponent before stepping in with Naoya Inoue. He wants to see how Bam handles a strong challenge at the higher level. That test could give his team a clearer picture of whether he is ready for Inoue's speed and power.
Vargas, good fighter, decent fighter, had a couple good rounds in the beginning of the fight. Tall, speed, but it's not physically that person, that fighter that I want to test Bam with. I think somebody like Medina is perfect. Give me a good little test. Give me a few good rounds. November, early December, and then March. We still got 4 or 5 months after to get ready for Inoue. So we're not saying no to the fight, but I would just like to get that one fight sometime in November to get Bam somebody solid, somebody that's going to test him good, somebody that's going to show us that we're good enough, strong enough to compete.
Steven Navarro believes Inoue versus Bam would be an exciting fight, but he thinks Rodriguez could benefit from more time. Gaining additional experience at the higher weight may help him adjust to the physical demands. If the fight happens later, Bam could be even more prepared.
And it's a great fight that should be made. Not now. I think Bam still needs to grow a bit more. Let's be honest, just the physicality is just too much. I believe Inoue would be too strong for him at this particular time. However, if we're talking about 2 years in the future, then the outcome will be different. However, as of right now, I would.
Navarro points to the weight difference as a major factor in this potential matchup. From a pure skills perspective, he believes Rodriguez can compete with Inoue. But once size and physical strength enter the equation, the challenge becomes much more complicated for Bam.
I would see Bam pulling it off. I would see Bam pulling it off. However, if I'm living in the reality as of the fight being pulled right now, I would see Inoue's arm being raised. Yes, I love Bam. I love Inoue. They're both great fighters, great people outside the ring as well. However, the truth is the truth. So.
Robert Garcia also believes Bam's confidence could have a major impact on the outcome. Rodriguez will need to stay composed when Inoue starts applying serious pressure. Trusting his own abilities could help Bam make smart decisions during the most dangerous moments.
The power is crazy, but he's got crazy power. But look, Bam is when you have a fighter that's not afraid of anybody and that is willing to take those challenges. I think even those type of fighters, you could take the punch because you believe in yourself. The moment that you're already, I'm not really sure about that fighter, or he's too strong, you're gonna go down easier. But if you have that mentality of, nah, man, I want to fight the best. I can compete against the best. You're gonna be able to take the punch better because it's already in your mind, it's already in your body, it's already in your brain. Where I'm better than this guy.
Garcia believes Rodriguez has the talent and mentality to handle a move into tougher competition. Bam's adaptability and confidence could help him deal with the physical differences. The real test will be whether those qualities hold up against Inoue's elite power.
tough task, especially when you're going in against somebody like Inoue. But look, we're not. Have you seen that happen before?
Yes.
Exactly. So when a fighter's talented, the fighter has the heart. The fighter knows what it takes. Not afraid of anybody, willing to fight anybody in the world. That's what it takes. That's a fighter like Bam, a fighter like Crawford, to move up in divisions and be able to beat the best in the division. That's what it takes. And I think Bam has it, just like Crawford did against Canelo, just like we've seen other times. Fighters jumping up in weight class to beat the best in the division. It's happened quite a few times. I think Bam could do it too. It's not easy.
Timothy Bradley believes Bam would have to seriously consider the opportunity if Inoue becomes available. Still, he thinks Rodriguez should first get comfortable competing at the higher weight. That experience could tell him exactly what he is capable of against bigger fighters.
Nothing wrong with that, but look, if this is the opportunity right now for him to fight against the monster, look, he got to go for it, right? The money's gonna be way too big,
way too much.
You know what I'm saying? Way too big. The opportunity, stage. Right? It's like you got to do it, right? Yeah. But I wouldn't take a 118 fight. I would go forget the unification. Like, bro, you already got the title already. Go to 122, just see how you feel there, right? And then say, hey, let's go.
The panel sees weight and experience as two important concerns for Bam before making this fight. Even with those disadvantages, the potential reward is enormous. A victory over Inoue could instantly take Rodriguez's career and legacy to another level.
A lot for anyone, and we're 2 divisions below him. Okay. So before we just jump in for the money, we're trying to win. So I want to see him at this weight. I want to see him till I'm satisfied at this weight. Then we'll move up. And then we'll move up again.
Max, there's not many all-time greats in the sport. Inoue is an all-time great.
Yes,
Bam will get an opportunity to fight an all-time great, which adds to his legacy.
Well, it tells me. And another thing is, normally when people fight the monster, majority of the time, like it doesn't really help his resume. Yeah, per se, helps the other person.
Terence Crawford highlights Inoue's ability to control distance, read opponents, and put combinations together. Those qualities make him extremely difficult to fight and could test Bam's defense. Rodriguez would need to stay disciplined and avoid allowing Inoue to dictate the action.
It's gonna be tough. That boy, he do a lot of smart things in that ring. I just watched his last fight, but to be honest, I think if Nakatani didn't get, head-butted, that was a close fight.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's true. And his eye got messed up, but Nakatani ain't no joke. He showed what level he on in that fight, and I don't know, but Bam bigger, of course, but Nakatani taller and longer, and he was punching in bunches.
Right.
So we just got to see how the fight play out.
Jaron Ennis believes Bam possesses several weapons that could trouble Inoue. His movement, ring intelligence, technical ability, and timing could help him create openings. If Rodriguez fights to his strengths, Ennis believes he can make the contest very competitive.
Bam Rodriguez versus Inoue, to me, is one of the best fights in boxing. I think Bam is he's one of my favorite fighters. But obviously he got to go up and wait a little bit to fight Inoue. Yeah. How does that fight play out?
I don't know. Bam super nice. I ain't even gonna lie. I like Bam.
You think he can beat Inoue?
I think so. I think he's smart enough, technically sound, got good movement. He ain't southpaw, so I think that probably get.
Timothy Bradley is still unsure whether this is the right moment for the matchup. He has noticed some differences in Inoue's recent fights, particularly when dealing with bigger and younger opponents. Bradley believes more time could provide a better indication of how the matchup would play out.
Not yet. And there's no need to rush things. Here's why. Because Inoue getting up there at a little age. He getting up there. He getting up there in age. He gonna be, 34 something like years old. 34. Okay, his last fight against Nakatani, a younger guy, moving up from 118 to 122, big guy, right? He got a little winded. He did. The first time I ever saw a little bit of vulnerability, besides getting caught with big shots, But the win in the win department, shoot, usually Inoue, he can go and punch hard from round 1 all the way to round 12. Right? He can go 15 rounds. He's a 15-round fighter, old school.
Bradley would rather see Bam take another difficult fight before challenging Inoue. Facing stronger opponents would allow Rodriguez to gain experience and learn how he performs under extreme pressure. Those lessons could be valuable if he eventually gets the biggest fight of his career.
I would say Bam needs about, like I said, 2 fights. He needs another fight at either 118 or he needs to move up to 122. Right? They were talking about maybe even a Nakatani-Inoue rematch. However, I wouldn't mind seeing Nakatani and Bam Rodriguez. Prove it. Prove yourself. Bam, fight that guy. You guys have been hovering around the same weight class. That guy is a pound for pound guy. You beat that pound for pound guy, then you go after Inoue. Right? Inoue beat him. You beat him? Oh, that's a statement. And if you beat him even better, that's a statement. Then, if that happens, then I say, you know what? Bam got a chance. Bam got a chance.
Max Kellerman and Malik Scott believe Bam's technical skills could make this a difficult fight for Inoue. They point to Rodriguez's accuracy, timing, movement, and compact style as important advantages. Even with the physical gap, they believe Bam has enough ability to compete.
Echelon of all-time greats, and who's to say he's not still in his physical prime? And yet when I look at Bam, I see a guy, he might be able to do it. He's a little sharper boxer. Maybe he doesn't have quite the power, maybe not even as explosive as Inoue, but I think he might have the sharpness to pull it off. Malik, does he?
Totally agree with you, Max. I know the direction you're coming from with that. And what you're doing, you're basically talking about he's so technically sound and he's so compact and that much of a complete fight.
Mike Coppinger slightly favors Bam when considering his age and continued improvement. Inoue has already faced numerous elite opponents and built a remarkable resume, while Rodriguez is still developing. If Bam continues improving, that difference could become significant later on.
I just simply lean towards Bam slightly just because of the youth and he's ascending still. I just think that's a big, major factor here. And, the monster's been in a lot of really tough fights, against Donaire, the first fight, broken orbital bone, and the fight with Nakatani I was just at, that was a tough fight too. So I think we have to give the edge to somebody ever so slightly. It has to be Bam. He's a lot younger.
Andre Ward believes Inoue's combination of speed and power makes him extremely dangerous. At the same time, Ward sees Bam's angle creation and lateral movement as potential weapons.